Alright, what's up everybody? So, I've got some advice for taller b-boys who are trying to learn power, because I've got this question quite a few times. It said, yo man, I'm like 5'10", 6 foot, 6'2", 6'4", 8 feet tall. I am from Navi tribe on Pandora. Me 9 feet tall and me no do flare. You know, a wide range of people of different heights. And I think the problem is, you're saying is, yo man, it's harder for me, I feel like it's harder for me to like learn the flare or air flares or halos, or usually the trouble comes from my experience learning spin power moves for maybe like a taller person, right? And then it gets even more harder, it seems like, for people for the moves requiring arms, like flares and air flares, right? Because your arms are down and then your whole body's going around you. And I think the problem originates, this is just kind of like what I'm guessing, and from my experience, the problem originates as a combination of, okay, so you're tall, right? So your limbs are spread out, so your center of mass is further away from the ends of your limbs, plus you have all the extra weight of your body because you're taller, right? So I could see how that could impose a problem. Or you could assume this would impose a problem. And you might have that friend who's like, yo man, you're too tall, you can't learn flares, and you can't learn air flares, so you should just do this, that. Dude, tell your friend to shut the front door! Yes, you can learn flares, and yes, you can learn air flares, okay? Don't say you can't do it, alright? Just because something might be a little bit more difficult, heck, it might not even be more difficult. You might just get it, okay? Everybody's different. But the advice I have, that if you're struggling, you're taller, one thing that you might be thinking about that might help if you change your mindset, your direction of practice is, okay, so you're practicing flares or air flares. You're thinking, man, my arms need to be strong, so I gotta get, I gotta get strong arms, you know? So you're thinking about all the strength in your arms and this region. But in fact, everything rotates in a spin power move around pretty much the center of mass, which is like, around here. So if you originate your strength from this core, the center of mass, out to your arms, out to your extremities, down to the ground, you'll have a lot more control over your moves when you're doing power. So what I'm saying is, don't be like, okay, my arms need to be strong, ha 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 ha, strong, and then start it's just like a mindset. Start the mindset of strength from the limbs, like the hands and the feet. You want to start the strength from here and then extend out to the limbs. It's just really a mindset, but you actually will do this if you think about it. So when you go to practice, think about starting your strength right here and then bringing it out. It's a little hippie. I know I sound like a hippie MFer, but shit. Okay, advice number 2 is consistent practice. I've kind of noticed that, just personally, I might need a little bit more consistent practice when it comes to learning a move that's new, maybe than some other people do. Everybody's different, so you got to determine yourself. If you're not practicing consistently, and you're any size, it really doesn't matter, and you're having problems, maybe practice more consistently, like 5 times a week, 30 minutes a day. And when you go to practice, you're not doodly-dazzling off. You're in the zone. You're focused on that move. You're like, okay, I need it. What am I doing? I gotta get this move right. You're focused, okay? For even 30 minutes 4 times a week, as long as it's consistent over a period of time, you gotta get it into your muscle memory, right? That's the idea. Is this muscle memory, so it becomes second nature. That second nature is what you want it to be, right? It's just going to be natural to you after tons of repetition and practice. It goes pretty much for anything really that you're practicing to learn, okay? And but I found that maybe for a taller b-boy learning to do power, this might help more. Okay, so you're like, man, the whole world's against me. I'm taller. I need to be stronger. I need to all this stuff. But okay, here's some benefits possibly. You may have more balance, right? Because think of an object that has like long limbs and like a T shape that has like long. Man, if I could make an example, it'd be cool. Something long, right, with like a T shape. It's easier to balance it on your finger than something that's just like a short, stubby T shape. It would just drop, right? Because you can sway back and forth, so your balance may be better. Also, You can have a better control over your momentum due to your longer limbs, okay? So the whole world isn't against you, all right? You gotta look on the bright side, and then you gotta focus on, okay, yeah, my weight's up and my limbs are out, okay, I'm gonna start the strength here and bring it out to your limbs. Everybody should do this, but if you really think about this, it'll help you control all that mass that you have and all that height that you have, okay? And then another thing is if you are overweight, you know, it's probably a good idea to lose weight, okay, honestly. If you're overweight and you're super tall, it would probably be a good idea to, you know, get to a healthy weight. I'm not saying drop 50 pounds in a month, okay? Don't become like freaking anorexic or anything. I'm just saying, you know, in a reasonable shape, you're fine. Don't do anything, you know, too extreme. You know, but there are friggin' like a lot bigger b-boys who are doing power, you know, plus 200 pounds. Shit. And you know, that's kind of the advice I have for today. You guys keep it real. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me, shoot me a message. Oh yeah, my current height, because people are gonna ask this. I'm about 6 feet tall. You know, 5'11", 6 feet, 6 feet on a tall day. Current weight is I'm 190 pounds. Heaviest I've ever been was 195. That was like a couple months ago. Lightest I've ever been since I was b-boying was 170, 165, 170. You know, about like 5 years ago. Although 2 years ago I was down to 175, but you know, I did that on purpose. All right, that's another video though. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. All right, keep it real, keep practicing. You gotta stay determined. Okay, determination is the key. If you're not determined, you know, there's no point. And don't say you can't, because you can. Okay, the moment you say you can't, the moment you gave in to failure. Don't give in to failure. Okay, you guys got this. Hope this advice helped you guys out. Have a good one, everybody. Guys and girls, peace.